Once in a peaceful village by the sea, there lived a young woman named Alisa. Her life was not easy. Every day, she would wake up early and search for small jobs to earn money to take care of her family. Alisa's father had passed away, and she was the only one providing for her sick mother and younger brother. After working long hours, Alisa would return home, exhausted, to cook dinner and rest. One day, Alisa go out as usual, hoping to find some work, but to her disappointment, there was nothing. As the sun began to set, she walked home with a heavy heart, unsure how she would feed her family that night. Suddenly, she heard a voice from behind, calling, "Is there someone who can help me?" Alisa turned and saw an elderly woman sitting by the side of the road with 3 large baskets beside her. "Yes, I can help," Alisa said politely. The old woman smiled and replied, "I need to carry these baskets to the next village. It's a bit far, and I'm too weak to carry them all myself. I can carry 2, but the third one is too heavy for me. Will you carry it for me? I will give you 3 silver coins for your help." Alisa agreed. She could not miss this chance to earn money, even though she was already tired. She picked up the 3rd basket, which felt incredibly heavy. "This basket is really heavy," Alisa said, surprised. The old woman whispered, "Yes, it's filled with stones from the mountain. They are special and very valuable to me." Even though Alisa was curious, she didn't ask further questions. She started walking beside the old woman, carrying the heavy basket. As they walked along the path, Alisa noticed that the old woman was watching her closely. Alisa felt uncomfortable and wondered why. "She must be worried that I'll run off with her basket," Alisa thought. "But I'm not a thief. I just want to earn my coins honestly." Soon, they reached a stream. Alisa stopped and looked at the water flowing quickly. The old woman took a deep breath and said, "I am too old to cross this river by myself. The water is too strong for me. Can you carry 1 more basket for me? I will give you 3 more silver coins." Alisa hesitated. The first basket was already heavy, and now she was being asked to carry another. But the thought of the extra coins made her agree. She carefully picked up the 2nd basket. The old woman watched her closely again and said, "Promise me you won't run away with my baskets." Alisa, feeling a little offended, replied, "Why would I run away? I am not a dishonest person." The old woman said, "I have to be careful. Trust is hard to find. The stones in this basket are even more special than the first." Alisa took a deep breath and said, "Don't worry. I don't steal from anyone." Then she picked up the 2nd basket and crossed the river. After walking for a while, they arrived at the foot of a steep hill. Alisa took a deep breath and began climbing, but the old woman stopped at the bottom. "Why did you stop?" Alisa asked. "I am too old to climb this hill," the old woman replied. "Carrying this last basket is too hard for me. I will give you all the silver coins I have if you carry it for me. But be careful. holds the most precious stones of all. Elisa was tired, but agreed, knowing the extra money could help her family for a long time. The old woman, however, seemed to hesitate again. "Are you sure I can trust you?" she asked. "If you run away with all 3 baskets, I will be left with nothing." Elisa felt frustrated now. "I have told you before, I am not a thief. I have been honest all my life. I worked as a shopkeeper once, and though the owner wanted me to cheat customers, I refused and left. I won't betray you." The old woman was still unsure, but finally handed Elisa the 3rd basket. "I hope you're telling the truth. These stones are worth more than you know," she said softly. Elisa picked up the 3rd basket and continued climbing the hill, leaving the old woman behind. As she walked, her mind began to wander. These baskets must hold something really valuable, she thought. The woman said they're special stones, but what if they are actually something more? As Elisa neared the top of the hill, the thought crossed her mind. What if she kept the baskets for herself? The old woman is slow and weak. She'll never catch me if I run, Elisa thought. If these baskets are filled with treasures, I could take care of my family forever. We would never struggle again. Elisa pictured herself living a better life, her family healthy, her home warm and filled with food, and herself respected by everyone in the village. The idea tempted her more and more. Finally, Elisa made her decision. She would keep the baskets and run. She ran as fast as she could towards her house, the weight of the baskets pressing down on her. When she reached her home, she quickly shut the door and put the baskets down, excited to see what's inside on it. Her heart beat fast as she opened the first basket, but her excitement turned to confusion. Inside, there were only small, ordinary stones. She quickly opened the second basket, hoping for something more. But it, too, was filled with the same stones. Desperately, she opened the third basket. At the very bottom, Elisa found a small piece of paper. She picked it up and read it aloud. I am the wise elder of this village. I was searching for someone with a pure heart to become the next leader of our people. If you had shown honesty and resisted greed, you would have been chosen to lead our village and protect its treasures. But by running away, you have lost that chance. Elisa dropped the paper, her heart heavy with regret. All her life, she had been honest and hardworking. But in one moment of weakness, she let greed take over. Her desire for an easy life had cost her a great opportunity, one that could have changed not only her future, but the future of her family and her village. Elisa sat quietly, realizing her mistake. She had betrayed her values and lost something far more valuable than silver coins or treasures. She had lost the chance to make a real difference in the world around her. The next morning, Elisa returned the baskets to the old woman who was waiting for her outside. Without a word, the old woman gave her a knowing look and walked away. Elisa learned an important lesson that day. true wealth comes from honesty, integrity, and staying true to one's values. From that day on, Elisa worked hard as always, but never let greed guide her choices again. And though she never became the leader of the village, she earned the respect and trust of everyone around her, knowing that the most valuable treasure she had was her own heart.